This is Wicked Roadie, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hey everybody and welcome. My name is Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Mary, there is a distinct chance, there is a slight possibility that two potentially new Rhode Island residents could be listening to us right now.
Ooh, two. Tell me.
They have been... I feel like it's the dating game or an introduction, to a show.
Yeah.
They've run for public office. They've both lived in the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Clintons.
Get out.
Yeah. So the news broke earlier this week that they possibly are doing some house shopping, of course, in the Watch Hill area.
Of course.
I didn't think they'd be doing so in the
Cranston. They're not going to be my neighbor.
I didn't think they'd be looking in the Darlington section of Pawtucket or perhaps Barterville. Maybe they want to move up there and really stop that whole power plant thing. That would be great. But so they're looking they're rumored to be looking in Rhode Island. Gorgeous area, and right after the election, we saw them here.
Yes.
They were down in the Westerly area. They were at some of they were in a few local bookshops. They were dining at some of the restaurants down there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not far-fetched.
Correct.
They have friends in Rhode Island.
Yes.
Unfortunately, one of their friends, who was a huge Democratic strategist, passed away during the middle of the whole campaign season. He was a Rhode Island guy, very, very well-revered, and I apologize as the name escapes me right now. But they actually took break off of the whole the campaign to come here for the funeral and everything. Huge Democratic strategist. But Rhode Island has a lot of ties to a lot of different people, and this is just another one of them. So could this be cool? Sure. What would be really awesome, especially because I'm going to be filling in on talk radio in July, is if they come here and they start making a push for public office.
Oh my God.
Governor Clinton. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be so fun.
It probably won't happen. It probably won't happen. But I mean, just all of a sudden, just to because it's Rhode Island. Why not? That'd be hilarious.
Why not have something? Exactly. I mean, you think about the previous elections that we've had here in the state. Why not? Why not just keep it going?
All I know is, listen, I have a lot of respect. We have a lot of friends in the media here. I have a lot of respect for, the Bill Rapleys, the Tim Whites, the Ted Nieces, the Dan McGowans, the Parker Gavigans, the Jim Hummels and all the radio people. I have a lot of respect for them, but they have a wicked easy gig here when it comes to politics. Okay. They really do. They don't have to go far. They don't have to go far to pull, stuff for stories and whatnot. Yep. So, but I think this is a very positive thing. It would certainly benefit down there.
Yep.
Tax dollars from a high income family. We know their worth. So that'd be really cool. What do you got coming up this weekend?
It is Father's Day weekend, so I'm going to be celebrating, of course, with my dad and my husband.
Yep.
And also, I play in the wind ensemble, the American Band, and we are going to be having a special concert on Sunday at 2 p.m. at the Veterans Home in Bristol.
Wow.
Yes, and it's my favorite gig to play all year round. It's just a great way that we can give back to the vets. We play a lot of military songs during that time, and they invite their friends and family. It really is open to the public. It's a great free event, but I just love bringing joy to these people who don't always get a ton of visitors, know?
Right. No, you're absolutely right.
And I don't know yet if it's going to be indoors or outdoors.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you're playing it indoors, it will probably be the last time you play it indoors at the old part of the facility, because they're wrapping up the construction on this massive project to give great, beautiful quality rooms and conditions and accommodations for the veterans who live there. Because I got to be honest with you, I've done a lot of work with them. Recently, my grandfather passed away in November, and when we were cleaning out some of his stuff, he had some clothes that were practically brand new.
Okay.
Shoes that were in the package, never opened. Same thing with jeans and stuff. I brought them there. There are people, and they said, this is perfect. We had people come in who literally have been spending the last 2 weeks just wearing hospital Johnnies and stuff because they don't have anything when they end up getting there. So this is just it's a great way to give back and see what they're doing over there. It's long overdue, much needed down there at the Bristol Vets Home. The new location is going to be gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful, and it's great that you're down there with the band, because these guys and girls, they could really use the pick me up, especially around this time of year. Because it's just, we just came off Memorial Day, we've got Armed Services Day, we're coming into Flag Day on the 14th, we've got July 4th coming up, and Bristol obviously is like the HQ for everything Americana and 4th of July. So that's great. So that's you said that's on
on Sunday. It's on Father's Day.
Oh, awesome! Perfect. Well, check that out and sit back, listen. Maybe you're outside enjoying the nice warm weather, or you maybe writing a welcome card or making a welcome banner for the Clintons as they move to Watch Hill. But whatever you're doing, sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy. If you hear something that piques your interest, don't worry. We took all the notes for you. You can find it on our episode show notes on iTunes or on our website, wickedroadiepodcast.com.
All right, so we have a wicked, interesting listing going on this week that I want to let you know about. We have talked about Blooming Artisan in the past before. Mm-hmm. She did some fairy gardens. She did some terrariums, like make your own terrariums, which is so incredibly cool. And now she's going to be doing next Thursday. I'm telling you this so you can save the date. Because, of course, our episodes come out on Thursdays. Sure. Next Thursday, June 22nd, she's going to be having a culinary herbs and artisanal cocktails event. So, you know, artisanal cocktails often have some great herbs and fresh herbs inside of it. But the problem is that if you wanted to make them at home, you may not always have those herbs on hand. So Jennifer from Blooming Artisan is going to be having this great partnership with Patsy Culp of And Celebrate. It's going to be the official start to the summer with a do it together. You know how there's a do it yourself?
Yep.
That sounds very lonely, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you can do it together, a DIT.
Is it DO or DEW? Do.
Oh.
Like morning.
Oh, hey, yes.
Marketing mind is working.
Well, you're going to make a culinary herb planter, and there's going to be some cocktail tasting. It's going to be at Candida Clayton Gallery, and that is in Pawtucket. Fresh range of herbs are going to be provided, some for sipping, some for planting. So it sounds like a great event. That, of course, is happening, once again, next Thursday.
Yeah, so put it on a calendar now.
Yeah, from 6:30 to 8:30, so it's not even going to be that late of a night. That's just when you want a cocktail.
Perfect. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our wicked interesting pick of the week. And here is the wicked fun in the 401. Mary, there is a acronym on or some kind of abbreviation online. It's OMG.
Yes.
And this weekend it stands for Oh My Goddard.
Goddard?
As in Goddard Park. They are having a sprint and Olympic distance triathlon this Sunday, June 18th. The Olympic will begin at 6:30 in the morning sharp. Oof. It's happening at Goddard Park. It's out of the West Warwick, East Greenwich line. I'm not really sure what town it's in.
Technically Warwick.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you this. So Goddard Park is in the Potawatomi section of Warwick. I grew up in Warwick, and I've lived in East Greenwich. So you have to get through East Greenwich to get to Potawatomi, which is this little part of Warwick. But technically, Goddard Park is in Warwick.
Okay. All right. So for those of you scoring at home, that's where you're going.
That's where all the high schoolers would have parties because it took forever for the Warwick police to get to said parties because they had to go through East Greenwich.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Mary taking you back to the late 90s with the party animal stuff.
I wasn't a party animal. I just knew these things. I was a band girl.
Well, this is a nearly perfect triathlon setting. Goddard Park is gorgeous. The sprint will take you through the fast, calm park, and then there's a 1/4-mile swim in the bay there. Mm-hmm. And then you'll do a single loop 11.2 bike through North Kingston. And it's a beautiful thing. It's really the whole feel of it is just to give you something different to do. And then at the end of the day, you say, oh my Goddard, I finished it.
Oh my Goddard. I can't even get over that. That is just too amazing.
It's something fun to do. What do you got going on?
Well, the 41st annual Rhode Island Pride Fest and Illuminated Night Parade are going to be happening this weekend. So on Saturday, June 17th, over 75,000 people are expected to participate in the Rhode Island Pride Fest and Illuminated Night Parade. And the theme this year is When We Rise, for Rhode Islanders standing for equality. The theme, of course, captures the urgency that is going on in these movements. Let me tell you, this parade is so fun. I, of course, went to the Gatsby Day Parade last weekend, which was wonderful, lovely. This one takes place downtown in Providence, right around near the Providence Place Mall, along that route.
Yep.
And it's illuminated. This is so much fun. You're going to be getting glow sticks. You're going to be hanging out. It is family friendly for the earlier part of the evening, but this whole weekend is going to be having really, really great activities. It's going to start at 12 p.m. noon and continues until 7 p.m. for just the Pride Fest on South Water Street. Lots of great things, live entertainment, kids zone, food trucks, youth center, beer, wine, spirits.
South Water Street, that's the part that's closer to the courthouse area.
Correct.
Down over by the Hot Club and Whiskey Republic.
Yeah, okay, you got it. Okay. You got it.
Okay.
Near like Wicked Inn, where R.I.P. the highway used to go over.
Well, it's
that kind of area.
It's a beautiful area over there. I mean, they've done, it's all well manicured now, and they've finished the construction. For now, until somebody buys it and puts a huge building on it.
But for now, it's gorgeous. Exactly.
Right now, yeah, absolutely.
And then the night parade kicks off at 8 p.m. It's one of the biggest highlights. There's going to be floats, like performing artists, marching groups, so many great things. This is one of the most fun parades I've ever been to. So it is supposed to be a little wet this weekend, on Saturday. But in my opinion, then you're not going to be too hot.
Yeah, no, it'll be nice and, cool it down and, leading up to it too, just to keep that weather nice and temperate. Mm-hmm. And when does this all go down? This is an afternoon into the evening thing, or is this an all day deal?
So it's during the all day is the Pride Fest. Okay. That's going to be 12 to 7. And then on Saturday night at 8 p.m. is the Illuminated Parade.
Oh, okay.
All happening in Providence.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Well, hey, we mentioned Father's Day.
Yes.
And on Father's Day, which is Sunday, they're having a really cool Father's Day barbecue and play catch with Dad at the Paw Sox. So you can treat Dad on a special day with a pregame barbecue at McCoy Stadium on Sunday, June 18th. You can play catch with him on the field from 12:30 to 1 p.m. Who doesn't like that opportunity? I don't care if you're a guy, you're a girl, you're old, you're young.
Yes.
To be able to go onto the field at McCoy, a little before a game. The game, I believe, starts at 1:30. You're going out there from 12:30 to 1 and playing a little bit of catch out there. Take some photos. It's not necessarily about playing catch. It's about the opportunity and the time to be on the field and take the photos and be part of the whole ball game atmosphere. And then you can enjoy the game afterwards, whether you come into the third base line to sit in the shade. That's always
Is that the shady spot?
That's a shady spot right there. Yeah, third base right underneath to the press box. It's always pretty decent shade. And actually, now that it's later, the sun's setting later, you got a 1:30 game. You're pretty much covered for most of the game, even on the first base line. It's when that sun goes down. In the evening games, that's when, on the first baseline on a cold night, that's where you want to sit because the sun hits you and you get a little bit of warmth before it gets really cold.
Nice.
But this is all presented by Flood Ford and Light Rock 105. And then afterwards, you get to run the bases. Kids get to go down on the field and run the bases. That's presented by Flood Ford as well. It's just a perfect way to spend a Sunday afternoon. A ball game's going to be 2.5 hours. So you get there a little early, you play catch, you have a hot dog, you have some food, you enjoy some ice cream, watch a great baseball game, and then go downstairs and go right onto the field where they hopefully just won and run the bases. It's perfect.
It sounds great. And you get to hear a friendly, familiar voice while you're there.
I will be up in the press box announcing all the names, and hopefully the Rochester Red Wings have a easy lineup for me
to pronounce. Correct.
Yeah, last week I had Leblegian.
Wow.
Yeah, that's an Armenian name. My apologies to the Leblegian family and their ancestors. But we've had some interesting ones. The Paw Sox, not so bad.
Yeah.
The one that I get tripped on with the Paw Sox was Bogusevic.
Yeah.
And for the longest time at the beginning I was saying Bogazovic. And because I just read it quick, I'm like, Bogazovic. And everybody's like, come on. So anyway, what else you got?
The Newport Secret Garden Tour. Oh. I have never heard about this until just recently.
Does Bruce Springsteen perform at this?
No, that'd be amazing.
Put you in her secret garden.
I was picturing the book, The Secret Garden.
Isn't that Walk to Remember? No, that's one of those sappy Hallmark movies.
Well, this is a self-guided walking tour in the private gardens in historic Newport, Rhode Island. You get to see the breathtaking gardens, awe-inspiring views, because let's be real, you're on the water in Newport. It's fantastic. Magnificent landscapes, pools, fountains, waterfronts, and so much more. So this is taking place this weekend. You get to go on different days. The tours begin in Stower Park off Washington Street in Newport. You do want to buy tickets ahead of time, but they will also have them at the door. You can get them on the website. I mean, there's just so many wonderful things going on for it. So I want to give you a couple little bit more facts about it. So it's going to be June 16th through 18th. It is self-guided. And they run from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Tickets are good for any or all of the days. Even if there's, they allow, oh, you got the music going on.
It's Jerry Maguire, by the way.
Oh, perfect.
You had me at hello. You had me at hello.
We're feeling it. So you can go to this secret garden tour. And you could listen to
not
this.
serenaded by Bruce Springsteen, but if you go online right now and download the song, it can be very magical.
It could.
Ridiculously magical. And creepy.
Or you could just listen to your own favorite music while you do it.
Throw on a little Here Come the Mummies. You know, no matter where you live or are in Rhode Island, you're never more than 18 and a half miles from either Connecticut, Massachusetts, or the ocean. So one of the three, not all three at the same time. Yeah. Well, you could technically if you found the sweet spot. But a big event, speaking of the ocean, that happens, it comes around our area every couple of years. Well, this year, it's actually up in Boston, so it's a little bit more of a drive, but Tall Ships 2017. The big boats, Sail Boston, 2017. This June 17th through the 22nd, it is free and open to the public. What does that mean, Mary? It is going to be packed.
Oh, okay.
Lots of people. Let me give you some tips. This is not an event for the Larson children. They will not like it.
Will they have a meltdown?
This will cause stress for the Larson parents, tall mom and tall dad.
Yep.
This is a great event if you are a teenager. It's pretty cool if you're into it. If you're a young adult, you want to go with friends, you want to go with a loved one, you want to take an older person, midweek is preferred. But for the week, these boats will be up there. A number of boats, including the United States Coast Guard, the Bark, the Eagle, which is the U.S. Coast Guard's tall ship. They actually have a tall ship that they use to train their cadets on and their people on. They will lead the Parade of Sail, which will happen on Saturday morning, June 17th. So this is the whole thing with Sail Boston, and this is what happens when it comes to Newport. It is a race. Mm-hmm. And it's not like they race to the docks and they come crashing in and everything. They race to a point out in the water, then they all kind of congregate, and then they come in for this Parade of Sail. Now, some boats may get here early, and they will take people out for the Parade of Sail. If you want to do that, you can look it up online, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's wicked expensive. But you can ride on a tall ship into Boston. I mean, you are pretty much as close to being a pilgrim as it can be.
You are arriving in style.
Like Christopher Columbus, the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, all those boats will not be there. But there are some amazing boats that will be there, and you get to go on board and take tours and everything and see all the way these people live. A lot of these boats, are really old. They've been refurbished, and it's just such a cool event to be part of.
It's beautiful.
It absolutely is, and I'm hoping to get up there at least one or two of the days and take some video and whatnot. These boats are. I've always been a water guy. Mm-hmm. I've actually been to Sail Boston when I worked on the Bay Queen. We would do tours. We would do tours 4 times a day, 350 people a tour.
My gosh!
Oh yeah. And when they told us they didn't have the connection for our pump out, i.e. sewage.
Ew.
There's some Coast Guard regulations that we can abide by that say if we go like 5 miles or 6 miles offshore, we can, flush it into the big tank.
Yeah.
Chum it up. But this is happening. Again, it's free. It's open to the public. We've got the links. So you really want to plan your day and how you're going to go there. This is not something you go up there and do willy-nilly.
Okay.
You want to make sure you bring plenty of water or know where you can get water. Enjoy some food, bring some energy kind of food, maybe you hit up My Gerbs. Gerb's, the allergen-friendly, like the trail mix and stuff. Perfect for the energy. And but I'm telling you, this event will be in Newport next year.
Awesome.
It may be different boats. And maybe next year would be a more appropriate time to take the Larson children.
They will be a little older.
They will be they'll have another year under their belt, and or you can get a sitter and go down. You guys can hop on the Larson two-wheeler there and scream right over the bridge, which will be fully open by that point too. We hope the Newport Bridge will be done by then.
Cross our fingers.
It's crazy, but this is, like I said, this is one of those events. Usually we try to pick something that's right nearby. Maybe we don't like to go any further than Foxborough or, down in New Bedford or whatever. Because this is such a huge event and it's coming next year here, if you want to get involved, if you want to learn more about it, now's the time.
Yes.
And especially if you're a vendor or you do some of this kind of stuff, because we do have vendors who listen. Obviously, they work with us. This is the place to check it out, so you have all that information. So check out our website. We've got the information there. Sail Boston, happening June 17th through the 22nd. As we said at the beginning, everything we talked about today can be found on our website, wickedroadiepodcast.com.
We love to be social, so you can find us on all different types of social media channels, but the most popular ones are Facebook and Instagram. You can search for us by using the hashtag WickedRoadie, and if you yourself go to any fun events, take any beautiful pictures, or if you do take a picture of like a gorgeous ice cream cone this weekend from a local ice cream shop.
Before it melts.
We want to see it. So tag us before it melts, exactly. And use the hashtag WickedRoadie.
Hey, if you go to any of these events too, when you go there and if you happen to run into an event organizer, tell them you heard it on Wicked Roadie. We appreciate it. And if you want to throw us a review, we always welcome that as well. Of course, for advertising and sponsorship information, you can simply email us at wickedroadiepodcast@gmail.com.
Tell a friend. If you're listening to this or watching it on Facebook Live, tell a friend. Say, hey, guess what? I'm learning about all sorts of fun events and places, and it's wicked easy to listen to because it's a podcast.
Tell somebody you hate, because then they'll like you afterwards, and you won't hate them anymore.
There you go.
Wicked Roadie, building bridges.
I love
Just
it.
Better than the Newport
one. Well, until next time, folks, I'm Mary Larson.
And I'm the soon-to-be censured from the state, Ben DeCastro.
You've been listening to Wicked Roadie. We'll have more for you next Thursday.